Okay, today I want to bring you my favorite idea from Neville Goddard. And most people read Neville Goddard and are inspired by the great changes you can make into your world. But the truth is, I think the most inspiring aspect of Neville Goddard is the disassociation from your actual circumstances. And what do I mean by this? It's a very simple concept, but when you really put it into perspective, it's the greatest transformation for change. And to summarize Neville Goddard's ideas very, very quickly, it's that who you believe yourself to be, you will become. It's that simple. William James said it best: before you can hold something in your hand, you must see it in your mind. You must visualize it. And that's how everything is created. That's how everything will forever be created. And that's just a law of reality that I'm waiting for you to disprove. But the truth is, everything you see around you was once an idea. And thus, this should inspire you to understand that, like, to become what you want to be, you have to think it first. To become something new, you have to think it, you have to be it, you have to embody it. Like, it does you nothing for you to have a dream and not actually believe you can do it, not think that it's possible, not feel yourself having already accomplished it, so that in your mind you already have the experience. In your mind, there's nothing holding you back, because the truth is, most people hold themselves back every single day. Most people tell themselves, I'm not good enough, I can't do this, I can't do that, and you stop at that. You stop at the idea that I can't do this, that I am not good enough for this. But the moment you believe yourself to be good enough is the moment you think it all the way through. You think it as if you've already done it. You think it as if you're already worthy of doing it. And thus, from this, you've created a new person. You've created a person who, in your mind, you created a picture so real that you've already done it. And it's basically like you have the experience. It's basically like everything has already been put into this world and you did the hardest step. The hardest step is always convincing yourself that it's possible. The hardest step is always convincing yourself that you can do this. And now that we have this idea established, we can get in the most inspiring aspect of Neville Goddard's ideas. Basically, what Neville Goddard teaches you is embody what you want to be and forget about everything else. Forget about the external circumstances. The external circumstances are based off of who you used to be, the thoughts you used to have. If you want to change everything about your life, you must worry about who you believe yourself to be. And this is oftentimes called the law of detachment. This is sometimes called the law of assumption. I want you to think more of the detachment element of things and really, really, really start to focus on who you want to be. Don't worry about the circumstances outside. Don't worry about anything else except your internal world. What you believe yourself to be is much more important than what the world tells you you are, because most people go through this world, they'll live a life, they'll base all of their decisions off what other people want for them. And in the end, that makes them unhappy. In the end, it leads them somewhere where they didn't want to be. And the truth is, the only way for you to find happiness is to find who you want to be. And that all starts with embodying exactly the character, the traits, the attributes that you want to have. And it starts from the mind. It doesn't start from this world. It doesn't start from you doing something. It first starts with an idea. So if you want to change who you are, if you want to change your career path or exactly where you're going to end up, you have to first change your ideas. But so many people are so ingrained into a singular thought, into a singular way of doing things. Everything in their world has told them that they are this person, that they are destined to do this, that for the rest of their life they will always succumb to these issues, and because of that, they are limited. What I want you to do is drop all of these things. Live who you want to be right now. Exactly what you want to do. Imagine yourself to have it, and feel like what that would feel like, and then start making decisions based off of that. Then start living and taking actions and feeling that throughout the day. Fall in love with that person. Fall in love with that energy. Fall in love with that uplifting and gracious spirit. And anytime you see yourself getting down, anytime you see yourself asking, what is happening on this world? The things aren't catching up. I'm not getting what I want. I'm not having all these things. It's like, you can choose to be unhappy. Everyone can choose to be unhappy. Everyone can choose to focus on the wrong things in this world. Everyone can look at what's going wrong. Everyone can point to a million problems. But the truth is, you can always point to what you're focusing on, what you're being gracious for, and what you're embodying. When you're anxious, when you're fearful, when you're scared, that's telling yourself that you don't have the solutions, that you can't get yourself out of the problem, that woe is me, my life is so hard. But the truth is, you have things in this world that some of the richest, most successful people would die for. Warren Buffett wants my age. Elon Musk probably wants my height. Bezos probably wants to be my, like, you know what I mean? It's like we all have attributes that everyone in this world desires, yet we don't seem to see it in ourselves. We don't seem to celebrate our good traits and focus onto what we can do. And I'm telling you, the more you can embody who you want to be and forget everything else, is the more you can make a difference in your life. There's the magical elements of the law of assumption, and then there's the practical elements. Psychologically, I want you to become a different person. I want you to embody different things, different ideas, and through this, you are going to start being able to create new things. The truth of the law of assumption is it frees your creative faculties. It frees your mind's ability to rearrange the circumstances of your life and get you past that past sense of self. And what I want you to do through this practice is, as much as possible, feel the end. Experience what it would feel like. Fall asleep with the idea that you are who you want to be. And when you wake up, if you don't already feel like what you want to be, then ingrain it in your head again, because the more you sit with these emotions, the more you sit with this great experience, the more likely the world is going to reflect it. And the greatest thing about this idea is the moment you have it, it's the same experience as what you've been conjuring up in your mind. It's the same feeling, it's the same emotion. So like, you're almost getting a sneak peek. You're almost allowing yourself to peek through the keyhole, peek through the door and see exactly what it is that you're destined for. And I'm telling you, this has such a transformational effect on who you become. And the greatest part about this is you will find yourself finding out more about yourself, more about what you really want through this experience than anything else. Like, we oftentimes want a flashy car, we want a fancy job, we want these things. Like, that's who I was for most of my life. That's who I was up until a few years ago, up until recently. And the truth is, once you start really, really, really putting in your mind these ideas, really, really telling yourself that you can have anything, then you start to check off the boxes of what you really want. Like, I'm no longer someone that wants to conquer the world. I'm no longer someone that wants to have their name in the history books. I'm someone that wants security, happiness, and freedom. And it's like, I think when we really do the soul searching, when we really do practices like this and exercises like this, that's the greatest area for growth. And the cheat codes to these ideas is, I said earlier, falling asleep in the end, falling asleep with the new concept of yourself. There's another one that is, before you go to bed, as you're falling asleep, go through your day in backwards order. So as you get into bed, start there, and then go all the way back to the moment that you woke up. And remember every single detail, and do this night after night after night after night to train your imagination, to train the ability of your mind to picture things. Because the truth is, your mind doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. The mind doesn't know the difference. The only thing that can perceive it is our ability to cipher through what can't be true and what can be true. And the idea of our imagination, when it's very, 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 very strong, very, very tuned in, is not discernible from reality. So understand this idea, and understand that, like, if you make an experience so real in your mind, you will already believe yourself to be capable of it, and you're that much more likely to be able to achieve it. I love you guys so much. Please, please, please pick up this book. This book is really the secret to creativity. This book is really the secret to becoming a different person, changing who you are, and becoming the person that you were always destined to be, because we all have the ability to be something more, and it's just a matter of the ideas and the things that we fixate on, the things that we focus on, and the things we put our attention to. I love you guys so much. Peace out. I'll catch you in the next one. I'll link this book in the description.